boys colluding over?
No, Gary was just giving me some really good advice about working from home, you know, keeping track of your finances, allotting your time effectively.
He should be telling you how to rein in the wanking. I mean, on your own at home all day, I know what I'd be doing.
As some of you might recall, back at the start of the year, instead of really giving myself New Year's resolutions, what I did was I decided to kind of reorganize my workday and gamify the way I went about doing things. And the process I came up for doing that was to create a deck of cards. And these cards have things to do in the day written on them, like meditate or make a video or work on that short story or work on that long form story or work on that short piece of gaming work or work on that long piece of gaming work. Tidy the house, go for a walk, 5 minutes exercise, stuff like that. And it has really helped. It's been disrupted recently because you run into stuff that you have to do right now, and I've dealt with that and incorporated it into it by just writing the things that I do on paper and putting them next to the stack if it's something I have to do. But it's definitely been really useful. I find that I'm accomplishing more in the day. I'm not spending time dragging on one thing or another and kind of beating my head against a creative wall. It's been really helpful. I don't know how useful it would be for anyone working a regular 9 to 5 where you kind of have to do what you have to do. But for people like me who need to stay motivated at home, people like me who have depression, I'm sure it'll be useful for other illnesses and problems people have. It's just been really great for providing a structure to the day, keeping things fresh, and fitting in things that I was neglecting, like the exercise, like reading, like other things that I felt I should be doing and had let slip. I've refined it, I've changed the idea a bit since I first came up with it, but all these refinements just seem to work. So, like I said, when you do something that's outside the bounds of the cards, you write on a piece of paper and you add it. At the end of the day, you get a stack of everything that you've done, and you get a sense of accomplishment, and that makes it feel like you've done stuff even on days where you might otherwise feel that you haven't. So that's really, really encouraging. Each task is basically allotted about 45 minutes out of a day. So basically what I do is I take a task, put it down, set my phone timer for 45 minutes and do whatever it says for 45 minutes, which scientifically is supposed to be about the maximum amount of time you're able to functionally concentrate on a single task. Some things less, some things more, but 45 minutes is a good one. For me, with exercise, I get bored incredibly quickly, but even if I just have a card that says, 5 minutes of pull-ups or whatever, it's certainly made a difference to me. I've lost a bit of weight, I feel a bit healthier. And it's besides that, it's helped me make time for all sorts of other things, like keeping the house a bit tidier than usual. All manner of stuff. It's just been really good for that. And the fact that it's cards and it's randomized, it really does keep it fresh and different. Lets you move from one task to another and get that sense of accomplishment as they all stack up. So it's definitely worked for me, and I think it could work for other people if you have like mildly physically debilitating ailments, or whether you have to stay self-motivated because you work for yourself or whatever. I think doing this or something like it helps. Maybe I'll write it up in a pamphlet or something. Cash in on all those nice fat self-help bucks. But I promised I'd report back on it, so here we go. I have found it incredibly useful. The other thing that I think is useful about it is that what you consider a task or what you write down separately as an accomplishment in the day can be varied. So, when I'm feeling really down, getting dressed in the morning can be an accomplishment, something you write down and put, I managed to do that, even though I feel like shit. So that helps, that's useful, that's encouragement, it gives you that sense of accomplishment. So, if you are physically or mentally impaired, you can vary, what you consider to be an accomplishment every day. And you can put down things that you do every day without thinking about it. So, maybe for me, is drive my partner to the station. That's an accomplishment every day because I fucking hate driving, for example. I try and do a video every day, and even though that's a habit, write that down, put it down, because it's something you've done during the day. While that's in coding and stuff, I'm busy myself doing other stuff. You can write that down, put that down. And just at the end of the day, you get this nice little stack that lets you see everything you've done in the time that you've had, and you really don't feel that you've wasted it. And like I said before, the other really big thing about it, I think, is that it's really allowed me to make time to do things that I told myself I should do and would do, like recording audiobooks and things like that I otherwise just wasn't fitting into my time, and now I am. When you've got a rush on or a crush on, you can set the cards aside and do something else. But for your regular day-to-day stuff, if you're working for yourself, if you're working from home, doing whatever, if you're housebound for whatever reason, I don't know, it really seemed to work and help for me. So if you want to do it yourself, get a stack of cards, write a bunch of stuff that you need to do, that you want to do, some little rewards and some little things that maybe you find harder, like 5 minutes, 10 minutes exercise or whatever. Put them down, work out the proportions for yourself, shuffle them up and have a go. It worked for me, might work for you. Zang. Old Fat Punks is part caper, part comedy, part nostalgia and part commentary. It follows 3 aging punks as they build themselves up for one big, nihilistic last hurrah. You can buy Old Fat Punks at Amazon, Drive-Thru Fiction or Lulu.com. Follow the links below or search on those sites.